Good evening, Fiji, and welcome to For the Record. During the 2014 National Budget Address, the Prime Minister announced the entry of a new commercial bank into the market that is Fijian-owned. Tonight, we're glad to have the Chief Executive Officer of Home Finance Company Limited, Mr. Isikeli Tikodondua, take time out of his busy schedule to be with us this evening. Good evening, sir, and welcome to For the Record.
Thank you.
Now, you've been with HFC since 2008, have acted in the position of CEO since then, and the following year, in 2009, became the CEO. Now, what keeps you going?
Well, I've been in the banking industry for more than 20 years, and I felt that I wanted new challenges, and that's why I ended up with HFC.
Okay. Now, HFC is known for providing home finance. Last week, it was granted a formal banking license by the governor of the Reserve Bank of Fiji, and this has been something that HFC has, been working towards for some time, and for many years, in fact. Now, how does it feel to be finally granted a commercial banking license?
Yeah, you're correct. The HFC started off as a home financing company, and throughout the last few years, we have started introducing other new products and services that are inclined towards banking. And also for the last 3 years, we have gradually started working towards banking and working with the Reserve Bank of Fiji, who have been a regulator. So there's nothing new. As a financial institution, we do report to the Reserve Bank of Fiji. So we have to meet some guidelines and criteria to be able to get a full-fledged banking license, which now we have.
Obviously, you received a lot of help from the Reserve Bank of Fiji. And how long did all this take?
For us to actually get a provisional license, it took us about 18 months. And through those provisional license, we have to meet other requirements that's set by the Reserve Bank, which we have done. And through that, the improvement on ICT system, the development and upgrading of our branches, opening of new branches, setting up our treasury functions in the other areas. So now the hard work starts.
Now, are you ready to serve all Fijians across the country?
We believe we are ready. We have the capacity, the ability. We've got an existing customer base. And actually, our customers are the ones that have been encouraging us to go into banking. Because at this point in time, we only are providing lending and other services, not the transactional one, which we would want to acquire as well, so that we are able to operate like a one-stop shop, end-to-end.
Okay. So does this mean more branches across the country? Does it mean more ATMs, more staff, perhaps?
We have recruited the staff that we require to go into banking. We have completed that. We have upgraded all our branches. Yes, in future we will be looking at opening other branches in other centers. We are talking to the post office to use their agency as a point of sale for us. So through that, we should be able to reach out to many customers in rural areas, and also introducing FPOS, ATM through interchange with other banks.
Okay. Already there are 5 commercial banks in the country. HFC is going to be the 6th. Now, what is it that you're going to bring that will set you apart from these banks?
I think the edge that we have is we're local. We're a local bank. We understand the local culture. And also, we believe that competition is good. The edge that we feel that we can have is our delivery at turnaround time, and also our passion to serve the people of Fiji. We're here to stay, and basically that's what we want to do.
Okay. Now, you mentioned competition. No doubt it is a tough market and will be. Now, do you think there is room for competition for another bank such as yours?
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. We have proven that by the customer base that we have now. We've grown our book. We have the capacity to build on that. And also, for us, this is an opportunity to be able to really serve our customers and also potential customers. So it is good.
It is good. All right. Is your target going to be based on volume via ordinary Fijians, or will there be more concentration on business banking, like ANZ?
We have already been doing business banking. I think a lot of people out in the market are probably not really aware. I guess because of our name, our trade name is, we are registered as Home Finance Company Limited. Now our trade name now will be HFC Bank. We will continue to use HFC because we believe HFC has got a very good reputation in the market. We don't have to rebrand ourselves. We believe the strength is in that name, and we will continue to serve with the same standard that we have now. Also, we believe that we can grow. We are growing, and as I mentioned earlier, it's an exciting time.
It is indeed. Now, you've said that your strong edge is being local, that you understand the local market. Now, that alone do you think that alone is enough to pull people towards your bank?
Yes, and also with that, we believe that a lot of people in Fiji now are very patriotic. We can see by our overseas residents that have come back to the country. We have seen a lot of commitment from the people of Fiji going into investment. And I believe the people of Fiji are very, learned now. They understand what they want. And we believe we can provide that.
Now, you say that. Now, is there any specific product that you've got that will be tuned to those?
We have a few exciting products coming out. I'm not at liberty at this point in time to share that because for obvious reason. But yes, we have some new product that will actually create and stir a lot of interest in the market. We have done a few things that have set us aside. One is the requirement for security, the term of loan that we have extended. We also look at capturing the rural area. I think they've been neglected a lot of time, those who are unbanked. We have product that is geared towards this, sadly the one that have been not recognized.
Well, that's just about enough time for us for this segment. We'll be right back after this commercial break with more. We're talking about Home Finance Company Limited and with the CEO. Welcome back to For the Record. We are speaking with the CEO of the HFC Bank, a new commercial bank soon, just gotten their new commercial banking license, Mr. Isikeli Tikondodua. Now, we've spoken about what HFC is planning to offer, leaning towards that. Now, you definitely will have new products or a product of range that you need to market to your clients. Now, what other types of product that you will have that no other bank is offering at the moment, or which area are you going to be specifying your approach with?
Probably the first thing that we really need to drive is the awareness for people out there to understand that we already are offering product that the banks are offering. For example, we have asset financing. We do import-export substitute funding through the Reserve Bank of Fiji. We do investment loan. We do business loan. Apart from the normal customer, consumer products that we have. So basically we've been doing that. It is really the awareness out in the market. So what we intend to do now is we will go through a very extensive, intense marketing campaign through the media, TV, radio, and of course the dailies.
Okay.
So that will really drive the message across that we are more than just loan, as they used to be our slogan.
As the name says. Yes.
As the name says. So what we want to do now is saying,
are you going to change the name?
HFC is a good name. It's a trade name that has got a good rapport in the market. And we don't want it's very hard to change people's mind.
Yes.
We believe that we have a brand that we can maximize on and utilize properly. But the word bank, I think that is what we need to drive to people that we're a bank now. Whatever the banks are offering, we're already offering most of those. The only thing that we may need to drive to people now is that, please, if you want to open your check account, want to use cards through FPOS, which we will also introduce, ATM, which we will do gradually. That also goes for the our future expansion. We are already located in strategic areas of Fiji. The area that we will be targeting now is the rural areas as well, because we are local. Our shareholders are local, Fiji National Provident Fund. So you as a member, we are your bank.
Now, you mentioned earlier that this is one of your strengths, is a local bank. And you mentioned the overseas drive, our Fijians living overseas. Is there any product that you're going to tailor towards our local Fijians who live overseas to invest more in Fiji? Is that sort of a drive that you're looking at also?
In fact, we have a few of our clients now who are doing development business in Fiji who have come through us. I think the message that went out there that we are very easy to deal with, we are very approachable, our turnaround, our decision making. I think it's very important to our clients when they walk in and they get the answer as opposed to come and see us again. We are very customer centric. We are very mobile. Our people actually go out and visit clients as opposed to clients coming to see us. I think that's a strength that we have. We've got a very strong team, very energized. And also, I think the edge that we have also is all our staff are local. And that's why we really understand the market. Our people and our clients, we're talking the same language. So it's easy for us to be able to understand what they need and want and demand, I guess.
You mentioned that all your staff are local. Is there a good training, a human resource training facility happening at HFC to strengthen your human resources?
I believe we've got one of the very strong training program. We've got very intensive training system. You'll probably see this by the type of staff that we have. We have challenges also in retaining our staff because of the training that we are providing for them. So in a way, that indicate the level of training that we have.
Are you going to try and market yourself also to the newer graduates? You know, there's a lot of graduates come out of the institutions, tertiary institutions coming in Fiji. Now, is this also what you're going to have to compete with the other banks?
Actually, we have a graduate trainee program where we recruit most of our staff from the local university. And it's very robust. And we encourage our staff to go for further education. Most of our senior managers are going through the MBA program. I'm involved in the MBA program as well. I'm the chairman of the advisory committee. So in a way, it's a reflection of how we place a lot of importance in developing and ensuring that our people, have got a high standard of education as well. Okay. But we have to be mindful that we deliver. Yes. That learning towards how we service our clients. I think that's very important.
Now, how else will you get this message across to the public that you're just more than just a home finance?
Through very intensive advertising program. I think up to now a lot of clients understand what we stand for. I believe also that there is a lot of opportunity here, and the confidence, I think, that also speaks volume, that a lot of people are saying this country is ready to progress further than where we were before. And we've seen that our book size have grown. Yes, you always have people who may have doubt about what we do over here. I think that's starting to change. People now realize that locals are as good as our overseas counterpart. And as I mentioned earlier, we're here to stay.
Now, for the record, just so that we can clear this off the table, there isn't going to be a name change.
There's no going to be a name change. It will be HFC Bank. We've done our branding. It has been accepted and approved. So, yes, HFC Bank.
Okay, it is here to stay.
HFC Bank, it's here to stay.
All right. Well, we'll be back right after this short break with more on the HFC, the bank that has just received its new commercial banking license. We're here with the Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Isikeli Tikondondua. More for the record right after this short break. You're back on For the Record. With us this evening is the CEO of HFC. Now, let's talk. The vast array of products for the ordinary Fijians, for your bank, yeah, what you're going to offer. You've already stated that you are going to compete in this, already 6 banks. So you are the 6th bank. Now, your core original business of financing home loans will obviously still be very important to you. Now, interest rates are at an all-time low. Commercial banks that have decades had a head start over you. They'll be competing in this market. They are ready for you to come into it. And even Housing Authority is now offering low home interest rates. Now, how will you, HFC, compete in this market? Now, will it be just lower interest rates or other things like more flexible repayments or payments?
We are already competing against the existing banks, so it's nothing new to us. We've been doing that all along. I think a lot of people may have not realized that. We've been competing against the bank all these years. Yes, interest rate is a very crucial factor in any one's decision making. We have competed with the banks on that. We have lowered our interest rate. Now, going into banking will allow us to have more free funds that will pass on to our clients. So it will really allow us to be able to give them that low rate, which we are already giving. So don't get me wrong, we're already doing that. And also fees, we have done our research, we've compared fees, and our fees is definitely lower than what the banks are offering now. Now, the other thing is, because we are regulated by the Reserve Bank of Fiji, we have to work within those boundaries just like the bank. So there's nothing wrong with that. We have to be very transparent. We have to publish all our fees and our charges like the banks. And we are already doing that, so that's nothing new. And also we have to have brochures and all these form of pamphlets so that customers have access to the fees and charges that they will be incurring or paying. So we're already doing that. It's nothing new.
Okay. Now, will home finance still be an important core of your business?
50% of our book is still basically home financing. That's really part of our existing range of product and services. We have enhanced it like the bank, so it's very competitive. We have not seen any problem with that. In fact, that's one of our growth market area as well.
Now, even the government is encouraging Fijians to buy their homes. Yeah, they've started to assist first-time home buyers. And how much responsibility does HFC think it should or should have as the fully owned local bank company to ensure that this government policy is quickly realized? And are you looking probably at maybe even at the expense of lower profit margins?
In fact, we have already set up a product specifically for first homeowner, and that's in line with the government initiative to ensure that every family should have proper housing. And there is a special package for that we have. We will be launching that as we go into banking. So like you, if you want to come across, I think what we're offering is probably the best housing package that will be available in the market.
Okay. Now, obviously, people will be interested in the interest rate offered on deposits as well. Now, can you share any information on this before the launch? Will it be more attractive than other banks?
Definitely. In fact, even our term deposit, I don't know whether a lot of people there know, we have been offering term deposit all along. Our rates are better than the banks. It's there in the market. You can compare it. It's very transparent. And we encourage people who want to save to come across and save with us. We have a lot of product now that is targeted to specific market segment for young graduates, professionals. We have package for them as well. For moms and dads, for pensioners. So it's exciting.
See, I didn't know about this. Obviously, the marketing will all be part and parcel, all encompassed.
Absolutely. We got a very intensive market program that we have come up with, and you'll see
Right.
it coming soon.
Well, so almost there. Almost you can convince me. But all right, a few more questions still ago. For a long time, before the current government had come in, and even there's always been debate of of high bank fees and hidden bank charges. The burden of these fees and charges have been somewhat reduced for ordinary Fijians through increased competition. Now, but also due to the government policies, especially this government. Now, for the record, will HFC clearly state all its fees and charges in a clear manner for the public of Fiji so that they can make informed decisions before they move from their present bank?
We're already doing that. It is part of the requirement by the Reserve Bank of Fiji also that all banks and financial institutions have to disclose all the charges and fee transparently. And I think in Fiji we are very fortunate that we have the Consumer Council and the Commerce Commission, who are more like police that ensure that we, operate very transparent.
Very transparent. Yeah. All right. Now, this is in fact not Fiji's first locally owned bank. Now, what sort of risk management and security measures does HFC have in place that will prevent it from becoming like our former National Bank of Fiji? Where certain individuals had used NBF as their private piggy banks?
National Bank of Fiji, I would say, is a sad story. It was a disaster that was bound to happen. They have, I think at the point in time, no risk management, no corporate governance. It was poorly controlled. It was allowed to fall because there was no real strong supervision. That has changed. The Reserve Bank of Fiji now is very, very strict. The regulation, policy, and guidelines are there to ensure that this type of thing does not happen. We are not National Bank of Fiji. I want to stress that. We have been providing a very good return to our stakeholders and shareholders. In fact, the last 2 years we have set record profit. We pay tax. We do pay tax.
We do pay tax.
Yes. And we are a gold member of FERCA because of our advance payment of tax. So that's quite a privilege. It shows that we play a role in ensuring that we pay our dues.
Okay. Right. So, this is a question that a lot have asked. What start date are you looking at?
We're looking at early next year.
Early.
There's a few minor issues that we need to address. In fact, we're ready.
You're ready?
We're ready.
Very confident?
Absolutely.
Are you sure? You surely cannot tell us a little bit more about your interest rates?
Not yet. I know that there's a lot of interest, but we will leave that as part of our promotion come early next year.
Okay. Now, lastly, why should I or any other Fijian switch over to HFC's commercial bank from our present banks? Okay. You've got about a minute to tell me.
Okay. We will. we have a lot of exciting things that we'll provide. And I'm not at liberty at this point in time to share that because for obvious reasons, as I mentioned earlier. But I assure you, you will come across.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got a lot of things to offer.
You've got a lot of things to offer. Yeah. For the graduates?
For everyone, we got targeted market segment, and we will ensure that what we do is what our customers
want.
Thank
you very much for being with us this evening, Mr. Skeleti Ntondo. Good luck to HFC, and hopefully you will see me as a new customer. Unfortunately, that is all we have time for this evening. Thank you very much for joining us on For the Record. For comments and questions, please email us on fortherecord@fbc.com.fj. Join me again next week for more discussion on pertinent issues to all Fijians. Good night, Fiji.